Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Levi Sabatina Obochoma. Today we'll be talking about direction of blood flow through the heart. Direction of blood flow through the heart. This is one of the topics in cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is about the heart and its blood vessels. Let's define the heart. The heart is a hollow, muscular, rough cone-shaped organ. It is about 10 cm long and it weighs about 225 grams in women and 310 grams in men. That means that the heart weighs higher in men than in women. And the size of the heart is about the size of the owner's fist. The size of the owner's fist. The main function of the heart is to pump blood. And the highlight of this topic is the return of deoxygenated blood used from the body to the heart to be oxygenated, and the return of the oxygenated blood from the heart back to the body for us to continue a healthy living. Today we are going to discuss this topic using a pencil and a pen. Let's continue. The two largest veins of the heart, which is the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, empties their content into the right atrium. What is this content? The superior vena cava returns blood, that is deoxygenated blood that have been used by the upper part of the body, into the right atrium, while the inferior vena cava returns deoxygenated blood that have been used by the lower part of the body into the right atrium. And when the wall of the right atrium contracts, it causes the right atrioventricular valve to open. You call it right atrioventricular valve or tricuspid valve. It causes it to open. And when it opens, the blood flows from the right atrium through the right atrioventricular orifice into the right ventricle. And when the walls of the right ventricle contract, the tricuspid valve closes and the blood is pumped from the right ventricle into the pulmonary trunk through the pulmonary valve, through the pulmonary semilunar valve. When the walls of the right ventricle contract, it causes the pulmonary semilunar valve to open and the blood flows from the right ventricle into the pulmonary trunk, and this valve closes. The valve closes to prevent backflow of blood from the pulmonary trunk back to the right ventricle. This is called pulmonary semilunar valve. It is formed by the three semilunar cups. It is called pulmonary semilunar valve. It is formed by the three semilunar cups. Then the blood reaching this point, it bifurcates into the left pulmonary artery and right pulmonary artery. This is the only artery in the body that carries deoxygenated blood. The pulmonary artery is the only artery in the body that carries deoxygenated blood. From the left pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood goes to the left side of the lung. From the right pulmonary artery, the blood flows into the right lung. From the left pulmonary artery, the blood flows into the left lung. That is at the alveolar capillaries, where exchange of gases is done. Oxygen is absorbed while carbon dioxide is excreted. When that is done, the left pulmonary artery returns the blood that is now oxygenated from the left pulmonary veins into the left atrium, while the right pulmonary artery returns the deoxygenated blood, which is now oxygenated because the blood has picked up oxygen in the lungs and is now returning it from the right pulmonary veins. Look at the veins here, but look at where it enters the left atrium. So the pulmonary veins is the only vein in the body that carries oxygenated blood, while the pulmonary artery is the only artery in the body that carries deoxygenated blood. When the blood is in the left atrium, there is contraction of the walls of the left atrium. There is contraction. This contraction causes the left atrioventricular valve to open. It causes the left atrioventricular valve to open. Either you call it left atrioventricular valve or you call it mitral valve. It causes it to open. And when it opens, blood flows from the left atrium into the left ventricle. When the walls of the left ventricle contract, the mitral valve closes. When the mitral valve closes, the aortic valve opens. This is called aortic semilunar valve. It is formed by the three semilunar cups. When the wall of the left ventricle contracts, it causes the mitral valve to close and the aortic semilunar valve opens, and blood flows from the left ventricle into the aortic trunk. Then the aortic valve closes. This aortic valve closes to prevent backflow of blood from the aorta back to the left ventricle. It closes to prevent backflow of blood from the aorta back to the left ventricle. Then the blood enters the aorta. These three aorta branches supplies blood to upper part of the body. Mind you, the blood is now oxygenated. So through these three branches of the aorta, blood is being supplied to the upper part of the body. While it goes this way, and from the thoracic aorta to the lower part of the body. That is the direction of blood flow through the heart. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe. I love you. See you next time. Bye bye.